What's up, everybody? We are here for the eSports Art Grand Prix at Phillip's Island. These guys are about to do 45 minutes worth of racing here as they put down their best time in qualifying right now. Currently at the top of the charts, we got Tom with the quick time. As they're about halfway through qualifying, the quick time of 1:46.66. We do have Robert out here. This man right here has a 9,719 I rating. I expect him. He's been at the top of the charts all week here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So we got a 45-minute race. We'll need one fuel stop. Whether or not they take tires. 2 tires you can take while fueling, but 4 tires will take longer. So it's really going to make a difference. But Tom was the fastest in their practice yesterday, so he might continue to be at the top of the charts. But we got to watch out for this Robert here. As Robert continues to go out there and put down a fast lap. Let's see what he ends up with and how far up the chart he goes when he completes this lap. Let's see. Just looking for something. Want to go ahead and put this up. Get the map up, see where these guys are on the track. As we pull up the driver information here, as Robert's out here currently with the quick time. I told you he might put down that quick time with a 1:46.46. Tom did pick it. Tom did get a 1:46.55, so he definitely put down a faster lap. But we're gonna see who ends up where. I'll tell you what, though, Mark. It's a good group to ride with. It's a wide range. They range everywhere. Let's see. The lowest I rating is 1,049. That's Mike Key. He's not the slowest person on the track. They're a good group to run with. This is the first time I've seen Robert out here. So he is by far. He's a 97.19. Then Tom's a 50.56. And then you go all the way down into the 3,000s before you get to the next driver. So, reality, it's a wide range, and it's a good group. They're not toxic. Definitely a fun group. Like I said, this is the first time I've seen Robert out here since I've been broadcasting for these guys. So I wouldn't judge it off of that. So, how are you doing tonight, Parkhurst? Good to see you out here on the stream. Ooh, Robert picked it up a little bit with a 1:46.35. So Tom's going to have a challenge here tonight. 45 minutes. The cool thing is, like, every other week, he got an off track. This lap's not going to count. But every other week they've been. Every other week they alternate. So next week will be 2 short races, and I think they're like 20-minute races, 25-minute races, 20-minute races, I think. But they invert the top 7 too on top of that. So I mean, it makes it a little bit interesting, but definitely a good group to run with. I definitely, like, if I wasn't broadcasting it, it would be a group I'd be interested in learning a road with, because there's so many good people out here that are willing to help. So yeah, currently we have Robert putting down the fast times, I think this lap is not going to count. I'm pretty sure we're going to find out. I believe he got an off track. Yeah, that lap didn't count because he did get that off track. He's going to try and he's got one more opportunity. I think this is his lap number 4, maybe. He's going to see if he can pick up the pace a little bit. Man, he is so smooth in that number 3. That thing is looking fast. It just floats along the track. And I like that paint scheme. We have about 2.5 minutes left here. He is freaking fast. I got Mark Parkhurst over on Facebook. He said, I was very interested until you told me he's a 9K. I'm telling you, talk to Brennan. Brennan's in my Discord, but you should talk to him. I mean, like I said, it's a pretty wide range of drivers in here, and they're a good group. It's not toxic. It's just a good group, and I think everybody pretty much helps each other. I mean, you should talk to Brennan. Not to mention, I'm putting something together, and I think Brennan's helping me. We're gonna at least do the touring cars. We're gonna at least do those. I wanted to do the Formula Ones, but we're gonna definitely do something with the touring cars, the Honda, the Audi, and the Hyundai. So that could be something you might be interested in, Mark. But anyway, today's race, once again, is brought to you by eSports Art. eSports Art provides quality designs and paints for all your cars and iRacing. eSport Art has been a supplier and designer for the eSport Racer Group for over 5 years. Learn more at esportart.com. Guys, make sure you guys check them out as they help support this group and make these happen. As we have about 45 seconds left to qualifying. Nobody else is out on the track. Greg is on pit road, but I think he's done. Well, he doesn't have time to do a lap at this point. So we got about 30 seconds left. Well, January is only a couple days away, bud. Don't forget, guys, we will be tomorrow night. We will be broadcasting Radical Race. I still have to find a few people. Mark, you're definitely more than welcome to come. We're going to do Radicals at Michigan to celebrate Bill Sleep's 62nd birthday on New Year's Eve. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting grid. We have Robert starting on the pole, Tom in second, David in third, Zach going to be starting in that 4th position. I'm going to have to reboot this. Jordy in 5th. 6th, we got Kenneth. 7th, we have Brian. Brennan in 8th. Jerry in 9th. Josh is going to be starting 10th. Robert in 12th. Mike Key in 13th. And I got to scroll through. Hold on. Charles in 14th. John in 15th. Greg Brockway in 15th. 15th. And Greg Mack rounding out the field in that 16th position. Got a pair of Gregs at the back of the field as they get ready to go racing here tonight. We should get one full pace lap. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. We're trying to get everything figured out. I gotta get out of this and then pull up another one. Hold on, guys. Definitely a little bit of a glitch there on my timing. On my end, you guys couldn't see it. I could see it. That's all that mattered. All right, so these guys will be going green flag this time by as they do one lap of pacing around here tonight. Let's pull up the map again. We're going to do car numbers. That way we know where everybody's at. And you know what? It's kind of cool to have the driver information there. So we're going to go ahead and leave that driver information down at the bottom. Robert's going to lead into the green flag. It looks like it's going to be a big battle between Robert and Tom tonight as they look pretty close here. Pacing around here at Phillip Island. Listen. Yeah, it's just listening to what they're doing. So they're talking about pit exit and getting out on and off pit road cleanly. As we look at these guys from the sky, 16 cars starting the field here tonight. Such a cool overlay here in the UK. I think it is the UK this track is. Hold on, let me look. Might be giving you bad information. Alright, so yeah, Australia. So Phillip Island, located in Victoria, Australia. It's a 2.7 mile track, 12 turns. Should be a good one here tonight as I use my cheat sheet on iRacing. Well, I'll tell you what, before the race, space car pulls off, we're about to go green flag racing. Brennan told me that Tom had the field, but it looks like he's got a little bit of a challenge out of Robert here tonight. But we'll see. We'll see if Tom has something for him as the green flag is out and they head down towards turn number 1. Let's go to the blimp so you can watch the cluster of cars break down into turn 1. We got a few dropping back to get out of the way. Down into turn number 1, still side by side, hitting the left-hand corner here. What a view at this track. They head down through the second turn. Still side by side for the lead between Robert and Tom. Looks like Tom's going to take the lead from Robert here as they head down in through the straight. So give the lead to Tom as Robert and Zach's coming side by side for second. Zach's coming up through. He's trying to grab a position as they send it down into the turn here. Almost make contact between the 3 and the 13. Such a cool view. Let's go on board. I mean, they're driving, but look at the view they got. As we watch the 3 of Robert just come off the track a little bit. As they look to send it into the turn here. Battling it out just for a Thursday night drive here. Maybe a fast Thursday night drive, but it's definitely just a Thursday night drive. As they're single file at the front of the pack. Zach trying to find a way up underneath the number 3 of Robert. Tom continues to lead the field. David's in that 4th position. Jody in 5th. We've seen Jody take a victory here on the channel. Kenneth in that 7th position. 6th position. Brennan in 7th. And that number 45. Josh Olson. Brian. Robert. Jerry as they complete lap number 1 here. Charles in the 164, back here in the 12th position. Mike Key is currently in 13th. John Casey in that number 133, sitting in 14th as he's off the track. I just noticed something. Robert went off the track. Let's see if he lost any spots. He actually got the lead and went off the track. I didn't even notice that we had I was just a slight off the track. I didn't even notice we had a lead change as Tom must have had issues. Tom now back to the 3rd position. Tom has David all over his back bumper as Robert continues to lead the field. Zach in 2nd. Tom in 3rd and David in 4th. But we were at the back of the pack as John got out of whack. He's back at the end of the pack, just behind Greg Brockway and Greg Mack. So the field is starting to spread out a little bit here in tonight's 45-minute race. Because remember, there's going to be some strategy here. Rick, thank you for the like. There's going to be some strategy here as these guys try to figure out what they want to do on pit stops, how they save gas. I mean, somebody could be saving a bunch more gas here in the top 5 or 6 and not have to take as much gas, take 2 tires, and get out in front of these guys. Now, some of these guys are going to say, hey, I need 4 tires, so I'm a little bit faster. So definitely a strategy can play a huge role here as Robert continues to lead the pack. He's out to a 4/10 of a second lead over Zach, as I got to that wrong part. Oh, let me go put the gap up. Sorry, my bad, guys. All right, let's put the gap up here. As they're all still pretty close together, it looks like John had an issue. He went off the track again. And that number 123, as you can see, he's lost the field over there on the map. What up, Mayo? So, how did that race end over on the big blocks? Single file, you got, what, about 6 cars here, 7 cars here together. Back to Brennan. He's just a little bit detached from this pack, but definitely close enough to make up some ground as these guys send it into the turns. This number 13, he's looking pretty fast here tonight as they're not letting Robert get away in that number 3. Not sure how big of a role the drafting is playing here. Oh boy. Oh boy, I got some replays to look at later. Robert continues to lead the pack, but he's got a mirror full of Zach Burke right behind him in that number 13. Zach all over the back bumper of that number 3 as they send it down through the turns. He's just trying to keep it off of him as the 3 rolls down the hill in through the S's here. Such a good battle up at the front of the pack. I don't know about you guys, but road racing is so relaxing. To do it and even to watch it, it's just, it's almost like dancing. There's just such a flow with these cars as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes the 13. He's going to make a move. Zach gets up next to the number 3 as they're going to drag race down into the right-hander here. Can he make the move on the outside? We got Tom right behind him trying to figure out where to go. Give the lead to Zach down into turn number 1. What a power move down the back straightaway. Our front straightaway. He's going to take it away from Robert as Robert tries to close back in on him. Tom in that 3rd position. I thought Tom was going to make a move, but he loses ground through the turns there. Top 7 all still together, and if you look behind him, none of those guys have fallen apart from each other. So we got a couple battles that happen through the pack as Brian leads the 2nd pack, Josh in 2nd, Robert in 3rd, Jerry in 4th, of the 2nd pack. So we're going to go 8th is Josh as we got a battle there for that position. Oh, got a couple off the track, one turned around. Charles gets turned around there. Let's go back and take a look and see exactly what happened to Charles. Man, these guys were racing it out. It's almost like they knew I was watching them. A little bit of brakes. Oh, he gets a little bump from the back off to the grass. Simple little spin. Just one of those things. Gets it turned back around. He's going to try and reel them back in as we go back to the front of the pack. Zach continues. Oh, Zach a little sideways there, but he continues to lead the field. Robert Hardley in that 2nd spot. Tom in 3rd. David in 4th. Jody in that 5th position. He's trying to close back in on him. Now, don't count Jody out in that number 9, especially with the strategy. We've seen it work for him earlier in the season. Let's see if he can steal another victory as it looks like Tom. Oh, we're 3 wide for the lead. We're going to go 3 wide down into turn number 1. Who's going to get it? Tom's going to go to the point. What a move by Tom as they go 3 wide down the front straightaway. Still side by side for 2nd as they try to figure that out. I believe it's open. Not 100. Yeah, I think it's open because they do like a 2-hour practice. Side by side still for the 2nd position as Tom is driving away from the field. He's got a half a second lead as Robert and Zach try to figure out that 2nd position. Uh-oh, we got issues at the back of the pack a little bit. As the front two get it figured out, that second pack is getting pretty racy too. We're going to go take a look at them again for a minute as the racing seems to be picking up from 8th on back. Josh continues to lead that pack. Brian in the 9th position right behind him. Robert, sorry, I click on the right one. Sit in that 235, sitting 10th. Greg Mack in the number 2 machine, sitting at 11th. He's up 5 positions. He's our biggest mover so far here tonight. Jerry in that 12th spot. Mike in 13th. Greg Brockway in 14th. John and Charles both having issues, falling back, losing the pack here. They got to figure out something to pick up a little bit of speed as we go back up to the front of the pack. We got Zach and Robert still battling it out for that second position. What a race. What a race up at the front of the pack. You know, we watch a lot of road racing, think it's going to be boring, but this racing certainly is, and the draft is playing a huge role as Zach goes to make a move for the lead under Tom into turn number 1. Big draft down the straightaway as they're side by side for first. Zach on the outside, Tom now on the preferred inside. Zach's got to close that door or Robert's going to jump in it. Zach pushes up the track, Robert taking advantage of it as they're going to drag race for that second spot. Who's going to get it? And Robert falls back in that 3rd position as Zach's able to slide back into 2nd. Here comes Robert looking to the outside as they go into the sharp right-hander here. Not able to outbreak him on the outside as he pushes wide, and David's going to take advantage of it. David's going to look up underneath him. He can't do anything with it as we got 2 cars off the track in the back. 2 cars. That was Josh. It looks like Josh and Greg both off the track there. Or Brian and Greg, sorry. Let's see if we can figure out what... Oh, he got a little bump. They both go off the track. Brian taking the worst of that one as he gets back, pulls back out onto the track. Gets a big push from the 9th place car. He's going to fall all the way back. Josh is going to fall all the way back to 12th. Brian back to 13th is that definitely was unfortunate for those guys. Back up to the front of the pack. Still single file. Tom in first, Zach in second, Robert in third, David in fourth. As the time continues to tick down, we're about 11 minutes into this 40-lap feature. Parkers, thank you for the like. Appreciate it, brother. Down the front straightaway, draft playing a huge role as here comes Zach to the lead. He's able to clear Tom. That front straightaway is so fast with so much draft. It's almost impossible for the leader to protect. Robert stuck in the pushing position in that number 3. Let's see if he picks a different person to push next time by. He wants to get to that second spot. The second spot seems like it's going to be the place to be if they're still this close at the end of it. Here comes Tom trying to outbreak Zach. They almost make contact. Zach's going to push wide. Tom up underneath them. We're going to have a drag race for the lead. Tom puts himself in position. Zach able to secure that lead back as they're back to single file. What a race up here at the front of the pack as Robert all over the back of Tom almost runs him over. What a race, guys. This is freaking amazing. Zach continuing to lead the pack. Tom in second. Robert in third. David in fourth. David, when's he going to make a move? And don't look now. Look at Jordy's back up. Caught back up to this lead pack. So he's back in it. And we got our buddy Brennan. He's sitting there in 7th at the back, just being patient, waiting for his time. Remember, pit stops are still going to happen here as they have to pit at least once in this race. Zach trying to pull a little bit of gap. It's not enough as they come down the front straightaway. We're going to probably see Tom make a move here. Let's jump on board with Tom as he has the draft. He's going to go to the inside as he tries to make the move. Well, he does make the move around Zach into the lead. He's got a He got a big jump, but here comes Zach trying to fight back in that number 13 as they send it down. Robert tries to dive it up underneath Zach. Top three battling it out. Punch for punch, blow for blow for the lead as they head down into the turn. What a race at the front of the pack. Somehow the pack has gotten split up a little bit. Will they get it fixed? As here comes Zach to make a move on the lead. He gets around Tom. He's going to clear him. That's the first time I think I've really seen a pass outside the front straightaway as Zach flexes his muscle around Tom. I'll tell you what, Brennan said that Tom dominated, but look at Zach and Robert throwing it up in the mix here as they're not going to let Tom take this one easy. Tom is definitely going to have to work for this one tonight if he's going to win it. Well, let's go back and check on that second group. Look at Greg. Greg Mack has moved to the front of the second group. He's currently in the 8th position. Got Robert in the 235 sitting in 9th. Jerry sitting in 10th. Josh Olson has made his way, at least moving up one position, back to the 11th position. Brian in 12th. Greg Brockway sitting in that 13th spot. Charles, John, and Mike rounding out the field. Something happened to Mike. Mike went off the track a little while ago. As we go back up to the front, let's go see if we can take a look and see what happened. Is these guys... we're going to wait until after this. Let's wait until after this because this is always fun. We're going to go chopper view with these guys. As here comes Tom looking on the outside of Zach. He is going for the lead. Zach trying to grab the side draft and block this third place car as Tom easily takes the lead down the straightaway. Let's go take a look and see what happened to Mike. Oh, he just got loose, gets into the grass. That's what got Mike set to the back of the pack. As we go back to the battle for the lead, Tom continuing to lead. Zach in second, Robert in third, David back here in fourth, Jordy in fifth. I'm still watching that number 09. Oh man, Robert off the track a little bit, somehow saves it there in that third position. Here, Andy almost makes the move on Zach. Andy almost makes the move on the Zach. Zach's going to be able to secure that second spot. That's going to allow Tom to gain a little bit of a gap as he's got a half a second over second place. That split up the pack just a little bit as they got some separation. Tom's got to feel good about that. And, they're closing back in. He needs that gap before they hit the straightaway. That is going to be key to be able to make that distance over second. Second gets such a huge draft. But Robert, he has David trying to fight him for that third position. How's that going to affect him? They come through this long, sweeping left-hander and then down the straightaway. Expect to see a pass for the lead as Zach should get a big draft. He's 0.3 of a second back as they hit the front straightaway. Here comes the draft. Down the front straightaway, Zach's going to make the move to the inside. As Tom just, nothing he can do. He just moves out the way as that's how it's been for these guys as they head down into turn number 1. Robert has drawn back up on these guys as they head down into turn 1 and 2. So cool. Such a pretty view behind these guys too. I mean, iRacing did a good job with this track. Single file for the top cars, top 7, all right there in that shot. Go back to Greg Mack. He's got a little bit of company with Robert and Jerry as Josh is just behind him in that number 11 and that number 236. Remember, he got hit and off the track. He's trying to get back up there and battle for that 8th position, which he had. Still single file for the leaders as Zach is trying to gain a little bit of gap over the rest of the field. The only Canadian in this field right now. As they continue to run single file. Tom closing the gap. He's got it down to 0.1 of a second. What a race we got going on here, guys. He actually falls back a little bit from Zach there. Is that part of the plan? Does he want to be able to get the run? Joe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Down through the final long left-hander before they hit the straightaway. We're going to probably see a pass for the lead again as they battling it out every lap. Oh, we got pit stops. Tom and Robert down on pit road as Zach keeps the lead to himself. David in second, Jordy in third, Kenneth in fourth as Brennan takes fifth. So Tom and Robert down pit road for their pit stop. Let's see. I'm curious if they're going to take 2 tires or if they're going to take... Let's see if we can tell how many tires they take. Kind of curious as they are going to go to the back of the pack. It looks like Tom is going to take 2 tires. It looks like, oh, sorry, Robert took 2 tires. What did Tom do? Did Tom miss his spot? Or did Tom take 4 tires? That is so weird. I don't know what happened to Tom, but we're going to go back to the front of the pack as Zach continues to lead the field. Did Tom make a mistake? Tom's still on pit road. We aren't quite to the halfway point, just coming to the 19-minute mark now. As the top cars, that was a cool view, I'm not gonna lie. Zach easily feeling comfortable in the lead now as he's got no pressure from Robert or Tom. Tom's still on pit road. Did Tom speed on pit road? Oh, drama on the track. If he did, Tom is kicking himself so hard right now. He was the favorite coming into tonight, still on pit road, just pulls off pit road in that number 41 as these guys are coming down the front straightaway. He might have lost too much to overcome. Still single file. When will these guys pit? Greg Mack on pit road in that number 2. As Zach continues to lead the field, David in second, Jordy in third. Jordy's got to be one of my favorites just on the strategy side. He knows how to be there. Don't count him out in that 09. And you can't count out Brennan either. He plays the strategy pretty well. These guys, these are patient guys. You're not going to necessarily see them fighting for the lead for the first part of the race. You're going to see these guys show up at the end and steal it. When will they pit? As Zach, I'll tell you what, if you're Zach right now, these guys aren't pressuring you. If you have more time, why not stay out? You're able to put down a decent clip without getting the pressure, which usually slows you down. Let's stay out. Let's put down these laps. my graphics card apparently had a little bit of an issue there, a little hiccup. And just put down these laps and get as comfortable as you can. Now, Robert may be running a little bit faster lap right now. We're going to take a look and see. So Robert, this should be the lap that counts right here. They are about 0.7 of a second off from where they start, but I believe Robert only took 2 tires. I don't know how big of a difference that's going to make. Here's the other question. I think that you take 2 tires regardless. So we got Jerry and Mike on pit road now. Zach all by himself out in the front as these guys are down on pit road. Let's see what kind of lap time. So Robert didn't put... Yeah, he did. He's about 0.4 of a second faster. But Jerry and Mike on pit road. Zach continues to lead the pack. When will these guys pit? There is about 0.4 of a second difference between the leaders and Robert right now. So they are losing time by not pitting. But they may make up the difference when they do pit on the new tires. I do believe that Robert only took 2 tires too. Let's see if anybody decides to pit when they come around this time. Curious. As the pack is coming around the final turn. Let's see if anybody hits pit road. Zach coming down pit road. Jordy coming down pit road. Brennan coming down pit road. So we got 3 cars down pit road, man. That turn is scary. I'd probably screw up and crash coming on the pit road. So those three come on pit road as David takes the lead in the number 36. Kenneth in second. Things have calmed down a little bit here as the strategy is starting to play out. I'll be curious to see where everybody ends. So Robert and Josh Olson. Robert on pit road. Josh Olson on pit road. Greg Brockway up to 3rd. Charles up to 4th. John Casey. We've seen Charles and John Casey have issues. Get it out in the grass earlier. Those guys are now up to 4th and 5th, but they still need to make a pit stop. So David and Kenneth staying together. Team cars here. Father, son, whatever you want to call it. Sitting here in 1st and 2nd. Curious what their strategy is. Will they pit this time by? Was this just to be able to lead a lap? As Josh Olson is still on pit road. He's just coming off. Maybe he's trying to take advantage of 4 fresh tires, 4 freshies. Some new neakers. We're going to find out if I would be surprised to not see them pit this time by as we are about to hit the 25-minute mark, more than halfway through this one. Let's see if they hit pit road this time by as David continues to lead. It's all about not making mistakes when you make that pit stop. Oh, David comes down. Kenneth stays out. Kenneth is going to probably go for that lap lead. They're definitely probably playing the points game right now as Kenneth is going to lead this lap as David comes on pit road. Greg Brockway, when will he pit? I don't think he's pit yet. Maybe he did. He stays out. Charles stays out. John, are you going to stay out? John's coming in that 133. That's going to let Robert inherit that. Oh, 4th position. I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing. Robert came out. Robert did his pit stop. And this may be the new tires difference, but Robert stayed out. Or Robert went in 1st. In 2nd, or 3rd. In 3rd. Zach is going to be 1.4 seconds back in 2nd when this cycles through. So Robert, with the strategy, is looking like he's going to take advantage of it. But I'll tell you what, Jordy, he's got a little bit of help. Zach's got a little bit of help with Jordy. Can those 2 cars draft up to Robert and get back up in the game? Kenneth should pit this time by, I'm pretty sure, in that 137. We're going to find out this time by. I think we're going to still end up with a battle for the win, as those fresher tires from Zach should help, but hopefully he doesn't burn him off trying to catch Robert, so he's got a little something to race him with. We should see Kenneth on pit road this time by. Let's find out. He got that lap lead. He is down pit road in that 137. Will Greg inherit the lead, or will he pit this time? And don't forget, Charles has to pit. If these 2 pit now, should be Robert taking over the lead. Here they come by pit road. Let's see what they do. Here comes Greg and Charles. So the lead is going to go back to Robert in this number 3 machine as Zach and Jordy try to chase him down. They have closed some of the gap. It looks like they might be about 1/10 of a second faster this time. We'll find out this time by. Maybe 2/10. Down the front straightaway as Robert's going to take the lead. Zach in 2nd. So Robert to the lead. Zach in 2nd. Let's see what these times are. They might have gained like 4/10 of a second. They did. They gained 5/10 of a second. Zach about 5/10 of a second quicker than our leader. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. Here's the question. How much is he using his tires to catch Robert? Is Robert conserving his tires? And the draft is still going to play a role when they come down to the finish, because even if Zach and Jordy get around, they're not going to be able to shake the draft. So things getting interesting here. Let's see kind of where we're at right now. So we got Robert in first, Zach in second, Jordy in third, Kenneth in fourth, Brennan in that fifth position, so he had a good pit stop, David in sixth, Greg Mack in seventh, Robert in that 235 in the eighth position, Brian in ninth, Brian and Jerry battling it out as Brian's going to take ninth, sending Jerry back to 10th. Josh Olson in that 11th position. Greg in 12th. Mike Key in 13th. John Casey in 14th. Charles in 15th. And Tom all the way back in 16th. Man, I have to wonder if he blew it on the pit stop. Did he speed coming in? I'm not sure, but man, he was a contender for the win here tonight. He was definitely fast. Back up to the front of the pack as they're about to complete this lap. Zach and Jordy continue to gain on our leader. Down to 0.6 of a second, 0.5 of a second. Let's see what the lap time difference is this time by. About 0.5 of a second again. These guys are cooking behind them, but are they using up their tires? Did they get the right amount of gas? So many questions I gotta ask. So many. Top three starting to close in. Let's go see where the next battle is. Let's go back. We got Jerry closing in on Brian, or trying to close back in on Brian. Can he catch him? Olson's a ways back. Can he get back around? Oh, he sends it into the turn. Almost off the track. That was so close. Back up to the front. Is there still single file? I'm telling you. I told you earlier, and I said it about Brennan too. He's not out of it. But watch this number 09. The 09 is going to be in this one at the end. He loves this strategy. He plays it right, and he's going to be fast when it counts. He's in this top three in the draft. This is going to be a battle going down to the end. We got 3 cars up here in the front for the win. And these guys will stay with each other. Unless they make a massive mistake, they will stay together for the rest of the race here. Ooh, Zach misses the turn a little bit there. That's going to hurt him a little bit. As he's starting to push it a little bit harder. I don't know. At this point, if I'm the second or third place car, knowing that the draft plays such a big role down the straightaway, the question is, do you just sit there? Do you just sit behind the leader, save your stuff, and let him use his? Or do you make the move for the lead? And Zach's going to answer that as he goes inside of Robert down into turn 1. He's going to take the lead. He is going to take that lead. Jordy not able to follow him. He tried as they get back to single file. So top 3 are going to start dicing it out and throwing draft passes together here. I don't know how else to call it. Back and forth, as you know they're going to want to both lead every lap from here on out, as Zach had to come in here and just take it away. Here comes Robert. Oh, Robert hits him. We got a wreck. Robert stops. Definitely a sportsmanship thing here. He feels like he did him wrong as Jordy is in the lead. We're going to go back and take a look at what happened there. Wow, that changed everything. Let's go to the far chase, guys. Oh my God, what happened here? I did not expect this out of these guys. We're going to back it up a little bit. Zach was definitely trying hard, but here comes Robert. Oh, it looks like there might have been a little net code involved there, but he definitely sent it in there a little hard. Oh, he came up in the net code. Oh. Well, they're back to 5th and 6th as they try and figure it out. Robert giving himself a penalty, letting Zach. He felt terrible about that, but I don't know. I mean, he made a mistake, but there was definitely netcode involved in that. But meanwhile, we got Jordy out here 5 seconds in front of the rest of the pack. Can they catch him? The draft definitely playing a role here. There's a little bit more than 10 minutes, about 12, just under 12 minutes remaining in this one. Can these guys catch Jordy? It looks like Kenneth is quicker. Look who made their way to second. Brennan in that second position, leading the second pack. Can they close in on the leader? They are running a little bit faster. Wow, that changed so much. I don't even know what to say about that, guys. Jordy way out in the lead now, 5.4 seconds. Can these guys close in on them? They're just all riding single file. Massive impact for Zach. Kenneth, who's this? Oh, Greg Mack almost brought back up into this battle. We're going to go back and look as they've seemed to mellow out. They're trying to find their way back up to the front. Robert in that 8th position. Brian in 9th. Jerry in 10th. These guys have been racing it out. They have definitely been racing hard here for that 9th position. Zach is on his way back up as he's made his way to the 3rd position. Now he's going to go around Brennan. He wants second. He wants the lead back. I don't think there's anybody hungrier on the track at this point than that number 13 of Zach. He had the lead. He felt like he had the win. He wants it back. Brennan's going to get on that back bumper, give Zach a push. They're going to go too high. The 36 of David's going to go down to the bottom as they're going to battle it out here. They need to get it straightened out. They're 5.7 seconds behind the leader, and they're going to battle it out side by side. Zach's going to keep sending it and throwing that car around. He wants to get back to the lead. I'm sure he's begging them to get back in line. Oh, we got a little bit of contact there. These guys are definitely racing hard. Brennan's going to go ahead and let Robert around in that number 3, I think. Let's see if they can get... Uh-oh. Jerry has issues. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. We were watching this battle. Oh, he finally did it. I seen it so close. He shoots it out onto the grass. Now back on the track. John Casey struggling here tonight in that 15th position. He does the same thing. Oh, same exact thing. We've seen him almost do that every time. Now Zach on the hunt. He's already closed a half a second on Jordy. Does he have enough time? Jordy out in the front. Zach in second with Robert in tow. Will these guys stay in line and try and reel in the leader? Wow. Got less than 10 minutes. Do they have enough time? 5.2 seconds back from the lead. Down the front straightaway. Draft so huge right now. This is going to be what we'll find out if they're going to make or break it. It looks right now like they're going to stay in line. Robert doesn't make the move. He stays behind Zach. They head down into turn 1. They definitely look committed as they got it down to 4.9 seconds. They're trying to close that gap. Is there enough time? 8 minutes left to the race. Robert, just stay behind Zach. I know he felt bad about that move that knocked Zach around. He definitely took the penalty with Zach. I will call it a self-inflicted penalty because he wasn't told to take the penalty. But they are trying to close, and they are closing as they're now down to 4.8 seconds down on the leader. Let's see how much time they're able to gain. Last time they were 0.6 of a second quicker. Let's see. They have just enough time to get there if they stay 0.6 of a second back, right? Wow, Zach is sideways through that. I don't think anybody's driven any harder than Zach. Let's see what the lap difference is this time by. If Zach might be out of tires. He might be running on the rims by the time he gets there, if they get there. He is wheeling the hell out of that thing. Let's jump on board with him. Let's watch him saw out that wheel, because it is impressive what he's doing. He's just out there running the hell out of that thing. Down the front straightaway. He's got it pegged out, down to 5th. As they head down towards turn 1 and 2, Robert's going to make that move. That time by, they were about 7 tenths of a second faster than the leader. They may be able to get there. As Robert's going to take the lead in this group. Man, he is wheeling it. Robert out in front of the group. Now let's see if this makes a difference. If he's a little bit faster, they could potentially use that draft in order to bring them all up there. He will pull that whole crowd of cars with him as he clears the air for him. Man, I feel for Zach, though. He had that lead. Definitely unfortunate. Todd, thank you for the like. Appreciate it, brother. As always. Oh, they are running out of time, as it's going to be 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to this race. I don't know. I don't think they have enough time. They're still four seconds back. Let's see. It takes them 1.4, so they got, let's see, 5 minutes, we'll call it. They got, what, 3-4 laps? They don't have enough time. They're not going to catch Jordy. This is Jordy's race to lose at this point. Even if they gained a second a lap, they don't have enough time. That time by, still, like I said, 6 tenths of a second. It's not enough. It's not enough. They need to find a little bit more. They need a lot more, as it's less than 5 minutes to the end of this one. Probably about 3 or 4 laps back. They need a minimum of a second a lap just to be there. So this may be the battle. The battle may be for second, as Jordy is looking to take the easy win. Zach back to the second position as he got around Robert. That draft just playing such a huge role. Continuing to close in on the leader. Is it enough? I don't think it is. I think Jordy's got this one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's go check and see what's going back in the back of the pack. As these guys continue to race it out, we got Greg Mack sitting here in the second and the 7th spot. Robert all by himself in 8th. Brian in 9th. We got Jerry and Josh going to battle it out for the 10th position. Got a little bit of a battle here. As the 122 of Jerry gets a little bit of dust up in the air. Let's see if Josh is able to make a move on him in this 236. Here he comes. He's looking. He's got to fall back in line. These guys are aggressive. Shit, they don't care. 10th or 1st, they want it. Cross the line for Jordy, as you can see down on the map. Laps are ticking down. 4 minutes left in the session. They might have 3 more laps in them. The lead is down to less than 3 seconds. They might have picked it up enough. Ooh, I didn't realize, but Brennan went off the track. He's still able to maintain that 4th position, but look at this 236. He's going to try and make the move on Jerry here on the outside. Is he able to take the spot? They're going to send it down into turn 1, side by side. He is not able to take it. Can he keep that position into turn 2? He can. Oh, they almost make contact. No, Jerry, get back on the track. off the track again as Jerry's going to lose that 10th position. Back here, we got Greg and Mike battling it out. Mike Key in that 98 machine. Battling it out with the number 62 of Greg Brockway. Oh, John off the track again. John Casey having a rough night. We're going to move back up here as we're down to 2.5 seconds between first and second. Jordy not as far up in front. You know, this is the other factor. You know, I'm sitting here thinking there's no way they're going to make it. But if they can gain enough to start grabbing the draft off the leader, that could change the game too. They're still 2.5 seconds back from the lead. I think they got 2 more laps left. That's what I got to assume. That's what I assume here. As they cross the start-finish line with... Oh, white flag. White flag is out. White flag is out. This is the last lap they're going to have. I'm pretty sure that was the white flag. As they're going to race it out for this position. Robert's going to take second. They're going to start dicing it out back in the pack. Let's see. Yeah, it is a white flag lap. Jordy out in the lead. Battle is for second. Jordy 2 seconds up in front. It's his race to lose. Can Zach take that spot back as Brennan's been moved all the way back to the 6th position in this as he fights Kenneth. But the battle is going to be for the 2nd spot as they are still 1.7 seconds back from the lead. They really needed about another lap or 2 in order to get them. They're not going to get it. They aren't going to get it about halfway through the final lap. Jordy well out in front, 1.5 seconds. Jordy's got to make a mistake. That's what they need. They need Jordy to see him closing and think he can't hold the lead, or just have him slow down so much to protect the lead that they let him in. Nicholas, thank you for the like. Robert in that 2nd spot, but I got to expect Zach's going to go for that position. Let's see if he can keep it close enough as they are closing in on the final corner of the track. Jordy, 1.2 seconds out. He should easily have the victory as they come out the final turn down the front straightaway. Jordy sees those checkered flags. Robert looking to be second, but here comes Zach as they come to the start-finish line. Who's going to get second? Jordy gets the win. Robert gets second. Zach third. David fourth. Kenneth fifth. Brennan and 6th. Greg Mack's going to take 7th. Robert in 8th. Brian in 9th. Josh in 10th. Jerry in 11th. Greg Brockway in 12th. Well, he's got to get across the line. Oh, Casey had another issue. We're going to have to go look at what happened there. Charles in looking to take 13th. Here comes Mike Key. Can Mike Key take 13th away from him? Coming to the line. They're not going to move. It's going to be Charles in 13th. Mike Key in 14th. Tom is going to bring it home in that 15th position. Man, what a rough night. But I'll tell you what, he shows that you do not give up. He gained 1 position by not giving up here. But let's see what happened. That was a great race, really. Let's see what happened to John. He had such a rough night here. John definitely struggled at this track as he gets back out on the track. Finishes his lap. But Jordy Pike, I'll tell you what. I told you guys, watch the 09. Watch the 09. Heartbroken Zach in the 13. Man, I feel for him. Robert finishes 2nd. Zach in 3rd. Zach thought it was his race to win. Let's go into Discord, see who we got in there. Right now it's Tom. That is one happy camper there as he takes home another victory. 10:30, you gotta go to bed, bud. You can't read? Good win for Jordy. Here comes David to say hello. Are they? Oh! Zach in that 13. Let's see if these guys end up in the Discord as they demolish their cars on the front straightaway. We got cleanup on aisle 3. Cleanup on aisle 3. Hey, here comes some more. They're going to pile in. Boom! Boom! Too much fun. We got to stack up. Zach, you're on the roof. All right, we're going to wait and see if we can get our top 3 in Discord or not. If not, we're going to end up just going through the results. Mike, you lost a wheel. Got Brennan in here. Brennan, we don't want to talk to you. You finished too far back. How far back do you say? Well, like 6th. Not even a top 5. Come on, Brennan. All right, let's see. I don't see any of the race winners in there, so our top 3 in there. So we're going to go ahead and go through the results. We got Jordy with the win. Robert in 2nd. Zach in 3rd. David brings it home in 4th. Kenneth in 5th. Brennan brings it home 6th. Greg Mack in the 7th position. Robert in 8th. Brian in 9th. Josh in that 10th spot. Jerry in 11th. Greg Brockway in 12th. Charles brings it home in 13th. Mike Key in 14th. Tom in 15th. John Casey has a rough night. He's going to bring home in that 16th and final position, guys. I don't know how many of us. Well, oh, there's Jordy. That's the important one to talk to. I'll tell you what, though. Everybody's got to give John a lot of credit for finishing this one. Let's see if we get anybody else in here. Looks like we're going to get Jordy. We'll go ahead and bring him in. If nobody else wants to get in, he's the winner anyway. He's the one that probably has the most to say, so let's go ahead and bring him in. Jordy, James Booth, got a copy.
Evening, James. How you doing tonight?
Man, I actually called you as one of the favorites I thought to win this race here tonight. I said, don't count him out. When it comes to strategy, he took one earlier in the season by a nose as a great finish here. You steal this one today, man. You see, you're sitting there running 3rd. You got a good car. Obviously, you knew you were in contention. And then you see Robert and Zach get together. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, just driving with 2 guys faster than me, trying to hang on and maybe try and snipe up to 2nd with the lap to go and then see what happens. But then I saw Rob duck to the inside, and that can be that brake spot every now and then. It just lets you down. And so I kind of backed up to see what would happen. And then sure enough, when they came together, and then we drive together so much, having fun, that there's a part of my brain that went, oh, slow down and let them catch up so we can get going again together. And then I remember there's like 6 cars coming behind us like a freight train, and we're trying to win a race here, not be buddy in a practice. So I got that little stutter almost cost me, because like I said, they were faster than me and they were coming, and one more lap I'd have been in trouble.
They were definitely coming, and not to take anything away from Robert, and man, Tom had, I don't know if he got speeding on pit road or what, or missed his pit stop, but Tom was fast, Robert was fast, but I think Zach might have had this race all night long, because he definitely seemed to see how that draft played such a big role down the straightaway, and he seemed to work it the best.
Yeah, it was going to come down to racecraft because the draft is. So I tend to do good at tracks like Daytona and Brands Hatch here, where I always joke that basically, you don't have to steer a lot or brake a lot or just, it's kind of it's a draft track. You just follow the guy in front of
You
you. And
you like to play chess.
yeah, and that's also where at his speed level, which is faster than mine, Zach still has extreme racecraft compared to, of course, well, Rob is one of the all-time greats. So anytime you can beat Rob, whether you got to go by his house and cut his internet off, any way you can beat Rob is always a great day. And Zach is, Zach's always been the cream of the crop for our team. So, and I can hang around even before they got together. It was an honor to just race around with those guys at that point.
Well, I have to say, man, you guys have been an absolute ride to watch. I don't cover a lot of road course racing, and you guys put on some of the best shows, even over the oval, guys. But I know you probably got some people that help you get here. Why don't you give a shout out to your friends, family, sponsors?
Well, the big thing is the Greg's reaching out to me to invite me back into the team, along with Brennan and Zach. When I was back a privateer, and it's hard when you don't have setups and you don't have people to practice with all the time. It really does make a difference when you've got a team to work with. It really does help make it better, and all the sponsorship that their companies help provide us for those things. And even Brennan back there was trying to help the guys catch up to me because it was still teammates back there. So Brennan, I think you were, Brennan, Pony Boy Haran back there was trying to catch up to us and was doing a good job as well tonight. So a lot of fun. And of course, thank you for picking up this broadcast for us, man. It adds another level of enjoyment to it. I go upstairs now and make my grilled cheese sandwich and sit down and watch the replay of the broadcast.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. I definitely had fun watching it and calling it. So, congratulations on the win, and maybe we'll see you in Victory Lane again this season.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
No problem, bud. Well, that's it for tonight. What a freaking race! But I gotta go run some big blocks. So, guys, you guys know how it is. Until next time, be safe, have a good night, and go visit esportsart.com and support the sponsor of this league.